Come check out my new merch store on Society 6. Find the link in the description down below. Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Fire Emblem Three Hopes and we are going into Chapter 16. A lot happened in the last one. I'm curious where it's going from here.
Azure Gleam. Into the Chasm.
Where am I?
Let's hold off on the weapons for now, okay? Probably best you don't move at all, actually.
Huh? What are you doing here, Claude? Glad to see you're okay, at least.
Okay, so I believe that all three lords are here with us. That's interesting.
Not sure okay is the word I'd go with. Dimitri and I got sucked into some weird magic vortex.
Because Edie was nearby
Of
too.
your making, I can only presume.
When we came to, we were sprawled on the ground here. Charming place, if you ask me.
I take it you don't remember what happened. You changed, attempted to strike at us. We were thankfully able to subdue you, at least temporarily. But you came to and fled not long after. You were, by all accounts, a different person entirely.
I guess that kinda rings a bell. The last thing I remember is Arval telling me to slay the Ashen Demon. At least, I think it was Arval.
Arval?
The voice in my head. We've known each other for a few years now.
Okay, and now they both think you're crazy. No biggie.
Sounds pretty out there, right? This is why I never mentioned it.
And you claim this Arval suddenly decided to turn on you.
I know how it sounds, but yeah. There are two things I can say for sure. The first is that Arval's magic is what dragged us all in here. And the second is that there's no one in my head anymore.
What? How can you be sure?
Because I don't feel them. At least, not in my mind. Arval's somewhere else now. Somewhere distant.
I wonder if we can awaken now.
Well, that's vague. How are we supposed to make heads or tails of any of this?
At the very least, I believe your account well enough to say you are no longer a threat to us.
Right. We can save all that metaphysics stuff for some other time. Anyhow, you wouldn't happen to know a way out of this dark, void place, would you?
About that, I know I said distant, but Arval's definitely here with us somewhere. If we can find them and figure out what magic they used on us, we might just be able to escape.
You sure are optimistic for someone who's surrounded by horrible nothingness.
It isn't as though we have any alternatives. We should take a look around. Perhaps we can learn more about this place in the process.
Okay, so, couple things. First off, I'm pretty sure that the Hour of Vengeance, the last chapter 15 that we got in this one, Into the Chasm, is the extra content we get for having saved Byleth. So I think that these two chapters don't exist if you didn't save Byleth. Or they play out very differently, one of the two, I'm not really sure. But from what I understand, we get new content when we save Byleth, and or recruit Byleth. And since we did that, I think that these two chapters are unique to when you do that. Now, here's the thing. They feel a little bit shoehorned in. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels a little bit out of nowhere, unmotivated story plot that just kind of like happens. And it's probably that way because these two chapters probably just have to slot into all three routes, which are going to be ending in very, very different places. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. That's just my thoughts. I don't actually know if that's true. Maybe each of these two chapters, after you save Byleth are unique to each route, but this feels like it's designed to work in every single route so far. And that usually just means that they feel shoehorned in and poorly written. But let's see how this goes, because maybe it'll turn itself around in my mind a little bit. But so far, this extra content doesn't feel like it fits.
Dimitri? Where are you going?
And you all know I like good writing, and despise bad writing or sloppy writing, so...
So you were dragged in here as well, Edelgard. Are you all right?
What are you doing here? Where am I?
We aren't sure ourselves. But we have no intention of fighting you. Know that.
That also feels unmotivated by actual plot. I feel like Dimitri would be trying to get to his answers immediately, but... Oh, maybe he just feels so strongly that, we have to figure out what's going on right now, but... Feels sloppy.
Who else is here with you? Why'd you run off like that, Dimitri? Did you notice something? Wait, Edelgard?
They're just giving us some wish fulfillment, putting these three together.
Much has transpired without my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really know what's going on here. By the way, Edelgard, you look pretty different from the last time I saw you. Did something happen to you?
The last time? When was that?
Yeah, when was that?
It seems I have a fair number of gaps in my memory.
Maybe when, because we know that the Alliance pushed them back in Alliance territory when they tried. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
The most recent thing I can remember is Aryan Road. You and I were squaring off, Dimitri, when Talus appeared and cast some dark magic on me.
That was over 6 moons ago. If Viscount Fenya's word is anything to go by, you've been serving as Duke Ayer's puppet ever since. Not only that, but Duke Ayer himself was under the nefarious control of Talus.
6 months. And tell me, what of the Empire?
You're losing big time.
I can't believe I have to direct such a question to you two, of all people.
Adrestia changed big time after the battle at Aryan Road against the Kingdom. Your lands have been ravaged, your military has lost all discipline, and Lester and Fargus have since joined hands to put an end to the Empire's brutality. You're actually catching us right in the middle of the climactic fight.
After we routed the Imperial army in the Valley of Torment, you fled, escaping with Duke Ayer. Once we put an end to him, we turned our gaze toward finding you. We're caught up in some bizarre magic which brought us here.
Yeah, this game made Edie, the puppet of those who slither, quite literal. Quite literal this time.
That was all rather painful to hear, but I thank you for the explanation. I'm not sure how exactly Talus is manipulating me, but he is clearly doing so to steer the Empire toward his own desires. In the past, he took over the body of my uncle, Lord Arundel, and snatched the reins of Adrestia as its regent. Meaning history is repeating itself in the grandest, most vile way.
So it's true then. Lord Arundel was actually Talus.
You've got to help us get out of here, Edelgard.
I would be glad to, once you inform me further about the current state of Fodlan. I've been, in essence, asleep the last half a year, remember?
Yes. I suppose we can afford a short break, to bring you up to speed before we resume our search.
Zarus. Temporarily parted ways with everyone but Dimitri. No sign of an exit. I wonder if the others have found anything. How about this big giant thing right in the center?
Huh?
What is this thing? I'm sensing some kind of weird power coming from it. And the other 3 lords are like actual idiots because they're searching around the edges and they didn't even see this or mention it to me. What are they even looking at over there?
I wonder...
That could possibly aid in our escape. We need to take advantage of anything at our disposal. In Zarus, you can interact with mysterious distortions to make use of all facility functions. Okay. Interesting. I don't trust you. The feeling's fucking mutual. Fuck you. To be honest, I find it hard to believe any of your claims. Not that I can do much about it, I have no idea where we are. Ask for her cooperation.
What do you think?
I understand how you feel, but we need your help. None of us know where we are, honest.
Yes.
Very well. I'm used to my life being subject to someone else's will anyway. Yeah, you are. You're a puppet to everybody, you poor thing. God, if only you just fought harder, huh? Too cruel? Maybe too cruel. Seems like Dimitri and Claude are in the middle of some kind of discussion.
What do you hope to accomplish once this war is over, Claude?
What's happening?
Why? Worried I have some nasty plot up my sleeve? Well, I don't. Although I doubt you're gonna like what I do have planned.
I hope I didn't miss my opportunity to use the thing in the center.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. After the war, I'm going to abolish the Central Church and depose the Archbishop.
Sure. Yeah, we're just gonna throw that out there. Your route better explain that better.
The people of Fodland have been shackled by this decrepit system for too long, and I'm ending it.
Alright, so like, why are they they're just throwing the baby out with the bathwater here at the ending here. I felt like the writing has been pretty strong, and now it's just like, okay, we're gonna just throw this out there. Maybe his route explains it better, but why? That's never been anything that he's cared about in anything, ever. But sure, we'll just go with it. Fine.
You're going to do away with the church?
That's right. Think about it. Who steals your freedom and gives you an endless list of duties and obligations simply because you have a crest?
Whatever.
Who forces you and your friends into a bunch of unwanted marriages and positions of power?
As far as I know, that's never been the church.
Any official contact with outside regions. Not exactly great for Fargus, right? Being as close to Serang and Albinia as you are.
So I think that one's new. Forbids any official contact with outside regions. That's the first time I've ever heard that. So the writers might be trying to give us reasons why we can support this. And obviously that one's bad. We know that Rhea's like done some bad things. We know that the church isn't perfect. Like, I am not somebody who supports organized religion. So like in almost all situations in like a fictional story, I'm usually behind, you know, taking down the church or whatever. So I don't know, maybe I can get behind this. This just feels like it's coming out of nowhere, which is why I'm like so negative towards it. But maybe his route will kind of give me more there, and maybe I can actually get behind him a little bit once we actually play Golden Deer. So here's the thing. Mostly what I have a problem with Edie is how she goes about deposing the church, right? She goes through a giant war, she starts a war that didn't need to happen, etc., etc. So it really comes down to the way that Claude does it, right? So if Claude's approach is a much better approach than what Edie's is, then I can get behind it, right? I can be okay with that, right? But the way that Edie did it is what I have the problem with. So, but I don't know, it's coming out of nowhere for me right now. So it's really hard for me to get behind this. I think we just need to see the Golden Deer route to find out if this is bullshit or not. Because right now it feels like it's coming out of nowhere.
But to be clear, your issue is with the church, yes? Not with Fargus itself?
Exactly. We have nothing to gain by fighting you. And really, our enemy isn't the actual church so much as the people at the top who make all the decisions.
I understand where you're coming from, Claude. And on a personal level, I actually agree with you.
We know he's not super religious.
But as a king, you're opposed.
Yeah.
Yes, for 3 reasons. First, abolishing the church would deny the king's right to rule Fargus.
I think you put too much stock in that, Dimitri. Just going to throw that out there. You're already established. So...
Without one, the people will descend into chaos and war. Would you be able to take responsibility for such a thing once it came to pass?
I think that abolishing the church would lead to certain houses, probably within Fargus, to... It gives them the opportunity to have a reason to go to war to try and take the kingdom for themselves, right? I think that might be what he's getting at here.
Second, recklessly discarding the church will only incite discord among the clergy and its supporters. And finally, a revolution of this nature will not only mean casualties among the common folk, but will endanger your own life as well.
Leaving the first two for a second, I have some serious issues with that last one.
Okay, go on.
I'm glad you're concerned for my safety, but I can take care of myself.
But don't you see? The people you wish to depose are human, just as you are. No matter what ingenious scheme you come up with, or how careful you try to be, they will suffer.
I happen to agree with Dimitri. Like, I feel like the right way to take power from the church is to do it politically. It seems like everybody wants to go to war, and they want to depose the church in, like, an immediate act. And that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Politically is the way to do it, right? Because, I mean, obviously there are a lot of people in Fargus in particular that like the church, that are reliant on the church, etc., etc. And even if which I don't care for organized religions like this, even if I don't support that, even if Dimitri doesn't support that, I don't feel like it's right to take that away from an entire people's, or just destroy something for the sake of destroying it. I think that, like, you can politically kind of sanction yourself off from the church being the alliance and being the empire, right? But if Dimitri chooses to remain a part of the church, he should be able to, I feel like. Like, him and his people can keep the church. Now, if then after that, the church decides to go to war with those other 2 countries in order to impose their religion on them, that's when things all of a sudden change, right? If that is what Rhea is willing to do in order to keep the church, then by all means, Claude, you take it out, you destroy it, right? But until that point, I don't really support that idea. So that's what would need to happen for me to, like, be in support, right? We'd need pretty obvious proof that the church would forcibly keep the alliance and the empire, or even just one or the other. If they're going to forcibly try and keep them under their control, that's where I draw the line. And maybe they would, but until we have that, I'm not willing to support it.
And their vengeance will eventually find you, no matter how hard you try to stave it off. I know full well the guilt that accompanies such actions, and the retribution they provoke.
Everyone has to deal with the consequences of their decisions. If you let it rule you, Fodlan never changes. And if it doesn't change, it'll just fall apart.
Dude, just do it with the alliance. I don't get it, man. Not everything has to be done by force. That's what pisses me off about these ideals. And basically, they're just giving Claude Edie's shit. Why? I'm a little bit upset about
but
this.
Not taking the time to look where you're going will only lead you to stumble and fall. And if there are those who would be hurt by this, I consider it my duty to help them.
There you go, trying to save everyone again. You really are too good for me.
To be honest, I'm jealous of how you're not burdened with the same restrictions.
In the world I'm trying to create, you wouldn't be burdened by them either. You could even... No, forget that. I'm serious about what I said, though. And I really do admire how you want to save everyone. Honestly, if you weren't a king, I think we could have been friends.
I feel much the same. Had I joined with you, I might have been able to see a different vision of Fodlan.
Okay, so yeah, they just had to like shit all over me in this last chapter, huh?
Oh boy.
We're not gonna be stuck here for the rest of our lives, are we? There's no way I could have seen this coming. I would have actually prepared for it if I had. Ask how he would have prepared.
Huh?
What would you have done? Cooked up another scheme?
Well, I'm stumped.
Why'd you jump to that conclusion? Nice to know you have such faith in me. I was just worried about how my friends were doing after my little disappearing act. On the bright side, I'm trapped with the most stubborn people on the planet. You're not wrong there. I'm sure we can get through this if we work together. Okay, and then we see the other two. Okay, that's what they're doing here. I wonder what Dimitri and Edelgard are talking about. Oh, this ought to be
Enough
good.
with the searching glances, Dimitri. Say what you're going to say.
I was just thinking that I find it difficult to speak with you. Even now that we have the opportunity to exchange words peaceably. Too many have died for us to suddenly have meaningful heart-to-heart conversation.
Oh, that's not how I feel. Unless you mean you don't wish to speak with the tyrant you consider responsible for their deaths. In which case, let's just believe what we believe, accept that our paths have diverged, and see this through to the very end.
Okay. Nope. Not gonna say anything.
You're placing words in my mouth. Still, I suppose that does cut to the heart of the matter. I will not claim that all my choices were right, but I accept responsibility for them. I made them carefully and with full knowledge of the consequences.
And I'd like to think I can say the same.
Don't say anything, Ben.
But this is unproductive. We need to get out of here.
Don't say anything. You're just gonna
Fair
make
enough.
commenters mad.
But first, answer me this. Do you know what became of your mother and Selma?
This is what we really want to know.
Why would I?
We were told that she
Someone
killed
told
her.
me that you would know how she met her end. Although I suspect that was nothing more than the dying ravings of a madwoman.
It was. I haven't seen my mother since I was a child.
If we get absolutely no answers in the end of this, I'm gonna be furious. That's just bad writing.
It would have been right before she was exiled. You would know what happened better than I.
I suppose so. Regardless, thank you for answering.
Maybe we'll get answers in Edie's timeline, but that still feels sloppy to me.
Now, shall we get back to finding our way out?
Please, we can't resolve anything so long as we're trapped in this.
Is she scared? What I was about to say is, I feel like a lot of the storyline of this Blue Lion's route has been wrapped around finding more of the truth of what happened in Dusker, so maybe by the final chapter, when we get out of this place, maybe we'll get some answers for that. I'm still hopeful on that one.
That was quite the tremor.
Whatever this place is, I find myself liking it less by the moment.
Me too, because this writing is
Understand.
sloppy.
Yes, thank...
Perhaps we can put our differences aside, if only for the moment. The hostilities will do us no good here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I can agree to that. You know, I just remembered something.
It's a nice
from
moment,
back
at least.
when I was but a child. I had fallen to the ground and was met with a kind hand reaching out to help me up. I took it without thinking, without even looking first to see who it was. I suppose that shows you how much I've grown. Dimitri, what is it?
I have a similar memory. One of helping a little girl who had fallen in the dirt.
Knowing you, such occurrences would have been commonplace in your youth.
It was the two of you guys. Get there. Dummies.
Don't try to imply we share a memory.
You do. And this pretty explicitly shows that Edelgard and him don't remember their time together very well. I think Dimitri remembered better than Edie did, probably because of the experiment she went through. Because like in the original game, he remembered the dagger and whatnot that he gifted to her.
No, I rarely forget an important face. Often to my own woe, I might add.
Enough. Let us end this before we both make greater fools of ourselves. We need to escape. That's our only priority. Not that the world outside will be any kinder to me than the one in here.
Edelgard,
What are you doing? You should know I won't hesitate to leave you behind.
Indeed. I'm coming, Elle.
Yeah, as soon as she gets out of this place, it's like, oh, hey, look, the consequences of my actions as we win this war. Okay.
Over here.
Claude and Edie, let's see what they have to say to each other since they're buddies at this point.
I hope
Basically
you're well.
have the same goals. I have not the faintest idea what is going on, but I am glad to see you are all right. You are not injured or afflicted in any way, are you? Let me know immediately if you feel unwell. Worry about Dimitri?
Hey!
Hey, I should be asking you that. It sounds like I went kind of berserk. You're not hurt, are you? There's no need to worry about me. I am unharmed, as you can see. Now, let us search the surrounding area. We must find out what we can about our current situation. Guess I should check out that distortion. Oh. Okay, we don't see a Claude and Edelgard one. Weird. All right. What do we need? We have quite a bit of money right now, so why not? Okay, I can't reforge those at all, can we? I don't think we've ever tried. So now that it's a +10, let's see if it shows up in the list. Okay, you can. You can. Good to know. Good. Okay, in order to reforge that, we need a couple more umbral steels. Yeah, I'm trying to like pull back and remind myself that like I don't really support the church. That like the problem that I had with Edie is the methods that she chose and how she went about it and her ties with those who slither and all of that. But man, just like seeing Claude say that stuff without knowing like how he would go about it is what like it sounds like he's just doing the same thing. Because it sounds like he just wants to just get rid of the church altogether, which is like the method that I don't know if I can get behind unless we have proof that the church is going to like forcibly keep themselves in power. That's where I draw the line, right? So, I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Maybe Golden Deer can convince me, but maybe not. Hell, I mean, maybe we can get like an Edie route that is more fleshed out that I can support a little bit more. Hard to say at the moment, we'll see, but this has felt like a slap in the face. Everything we've experienced in this episode so far. All right, let's go deeper. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are.
Yeesh. You can't tell forward from back in here. Let's try over that way, maybe?
I feel like both the original game and this game succeeds a lot better on its small-scale stories, and then its macro story seems to fail pretty massively in some big ways. And that's just so far remaining to be true here as well.
Good idea. It seems different from the rest of the Void. Look out!
So it failed. Has my skill degraded that sharply over the years?
Clearly. Little worm.
Arvel.
I have been searching for you. And look what you brought me. The three who fancy themselves sovereigns, ruling over that abomination's wretched spawn. What unexpected luck. I do hope you are all prepared to face death this day.
So you're Arval, huh? Sorry, but I can't say dying here sounds all that appealing. What we'd really like is for you to lift this weird sorcery of yours and send us home.
Oh, I do not think that will be happening. But even if I desired to accede to your wishes, the great forbidden spell of Zaharas is a one-way journey. None can escape this eternal darkness.
So this is the same thing that Tomas Solon tried to throw us into in the original game.
Are you certain? Would killing you not accomplish the task?
Something tells me they wouldn't lay this trap, only to suffer the same fate as us. If this being can free themselves from this void, it stands to reason that so too can we.
Then try cutting me down if you like. Sadly, what you see before you is but an illusion. I have a task to fulfill, and once it is accomplished, I shall leave this place alone.
Arval, wait! What task are you talking about? Why did you use me? What are you trying to do here?
Ah, but you are mistaken. I am not Arval. My name is Epimenides, an ordinary man who vowed to kill the beast which set the earth ablaze. Do you not comprehend my purpose? I must save this world and its true people. That is why I chose to pass my consciousness down through the ages. And you are the vessel for that consciousness.
What does that mean?
Ooh, small little map here. Defeat Epimenides. Any allies are routed. Okay. Yeah, I would almost prefer if they're gonna do this sort of like secret ending sort of stuff, that they don't just make it like wish fulfillment, that it actually fits into the story a little bit better. So far, I feel like it hasn't. They just wanted to give us an opportunity to have these three fight together in a fight. It's fine, whatever. So Labronda, we haven't really seen this new weapon that she's got, because she doesn't have her specialty weapon that those who slither created for her. Because, well, she betrays them at the beginning of this game, so. Imbue attacks with devastating fire. Okay. You've got your fail knot. Okay, so they're coming in at level 50. We don't really know what we're fighting here. Oh, not that. Critical ring. What am I doing? That one's kind of cool. Makes the stun gauge display with all attacks. Mortal Struggle. Okay. That one's our Y.
I don't know what's going on, but I do know whoever that is needs to be stopped.
And how far are you willing to go?
I got it.
Will you cut down your own friends to reach me?
Okay, Fallen Star and Wind God. A Phantom of Hubert appeared alongside other phantoms. We don't believe that these are, real, so...
Let's try this.
We don't have to feel too bad about it, right?
Let's see how this goes.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the best of our ability.
Not a problem. I've got this.
You two work together,
Here
damn
I
it.
go. They must
I'm gonna
learn
make
who
you
they're
work
up
together.
against.
I've got it. Take a breather.
No. It must be a double.
If so,
Sorry, Daydu.
the indistinguishable from the
I know you're not a real one, so it's okay, right?
vile sorcery indeed.
You'll forgive me?
Why are you consulting with the enemy? Is right where you want him?
Why are you... No. This is a deception. The man I know would never raise a weapon at me.
The Emperor is before you. Deal the killing blow. You can't fool me. If it were really you, you'd understand.
God, no! Don't do this! I can't believe you would hurt me.
This is harder than I thought. I mean, how do we know for sure they're not real? I won't give up.
Your hands in the blood of friends to get what you want. I should have expected no less from the children of beasts.
The children of beasts. Harsh, dude.
I won't.
Dreams are so real.
There. Stop. But steel yourselves. Don't know who will confront next.
Are we being warped away? No. Space itself is distorting around us.
Okay, new battlefield. Let's go.
Our surroundings have changed.
This place is so twisted you can't even tell where you are.
Aren't you sad for your comrades, murderers? There it is. There is your rage.
Okay, let's go.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against. Not a problem. I've got this.
Let's try this.
Okay, you're gonna dismount.
Let's try this.
Actually, I think I can only do one of those at a time.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the best of our ability.
I can spot one fake, but how do I tell which Edelgard and Dimitri are on my... Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Side.
Perhaps each of them
No
should
problem.
take on their own double to prevent confusion.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, defeat the Phantom, Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. We can do that.
This is a mirror for the soul. And once a soul is imprisoned here, it is eternally severed from the real world.
Is that why Edelgard is returned to normal? Some trick of the darkness?
Just imagine how much easier our task will be with the two of us. A nice thought, yes. But I'm sad to say I failed to trust even myself.
Why are you helping the Emperor? You mourn your friends. Avenge them. It's a blessing I get to face you. There is truly no one I more desire to end.
That all you got? Stop playing the kind soul. Everything we've ever wanted is before us, ripe for the taking. If you're really me, then you already know why I'm doing this. I don't like leaving my fate up to luck.
Claude's coming after me. Or not Claude, Dimitri.
They must all take over.
I feel like I just slew my twin brother.
Amusing. in order.
They must learn who.
No,
My turn.
I must thank our adversary for letting me experience that.
You're done. On to the next one.
Your presence alone gives our soldiers the courage to fight on.
I can't say it's pleasant watching my own death.
Yeah, that'd be a little strange, wouldn't it?
That's the last of the illusions.
So it would seem.
At least now we're certain they're not real. We can cut them down without mercy.
Just the way Dimitri likes it.
Please
No
tell me
mercy.
we're gonna find that guy this time.
Right. Let's get searching.
Oh, but you four are a marvel. To think you are already adapting to this place.
Okay, Epimenides.
Now have the grace to lay down your lives and let the world you've torn apart heal.
Since Arvel is an offshoot of him, we'll probably be able to get Arvel back.
I've got this.
Okay, so you use a tome. Plus 70. Level 100. I'll be damned. Alright, well, we don't have any weaknesses, but I do have this ability
There
that will
you
keep
are,
the
my
brakes
partner in
hitting.
destiny.
You're done. You're not Arvel. And even if you were, I'd fuck you all the same.
Destroying me will achieve nothing, for you will all still be trapped in this place.
Whoops.
Unfortunate, but you are forcing my hand.
Azara's barrier, huh?
I've got this.
So even our mercenary friend gets offended. This is going to take all of us. Time to put our differences aside.
You're done.
We must. I've awaited this moment.
My attacks aren't getting through. What's going on?
None can stand before us.
What about our phantom mercenary friend? We know we can harm the illusions, right?
Why is it
God, I hate that we can get knocked out of that. That's so fucking stupid. It's such a long thing that it's like almost guaranteed.
I think I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, I hate this. It even thinks like me. Nice shot. Out of the way.
Fuck you.
It seems I am forced to do this myself. So be it. Come at me if you dare.
Our adversary has finally run out of tricks. Time to finish. I refuse to hold back. You won't stop me!
Not yet.
We changing places? My moment has arrived. Sorry. Blame me all you want.
Nothing I do is enough. How much more must I sacrifice?
Take a breather. Watch this!
Not yet. No, this isn't over. Be gone with you! The cycle of this world must be protected!
Yes, more anime. More anime. I need more. Okay, Cloud special right there.
You fool! Why must you resist me so?
You know my reason. The tomorrow we're fighting for. The choices are to make!
All right, she awoke. Maybe Arvel came to her to help her.
It's incredible. Just how strong you've become.
Or she's just
Arvel.
inheriting the power.
You have grown more than I ever thought possible. And yet... I've never felt more alone.
So somehow she's inherited the power. I mean, we know that Epimenides was just a regular Agarthan who eventually got these powers, so it stands to reason that she can too. Ooh, I bet you our time was supposed to be done in under 8. We might have been over by 7 seconds if that's the case.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we actually picked up the Hroti. Which crest is that? Crest of Timotheos. Allows the matching crest bearer to use Dark Spike's T when wielding it. Do we have that crest?
Looks like we made it out in one piece.
That implies that Epimenides might be Timotheos, right? No, it doesn't. Because the Agarthan's still the power of Nabateans, so the crests are from Nabateans. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Are you sure about that? I still have no idea what's going on.
Yes, it all felt like a strange fever dream. Whatever was that place? It seems we've lost sight of Edelgard as well.
Convenient, so that the plot can continue. Yeah, this is shoehorned in.
Maybe she got back before we did and hightailed it out of here.
Watch her, like, go back to her, like, dumb self, too. The one that's under the Those Who Slither's control.
I doubt she got far, though. The real question is, where would she go?
Garreg Mach, surely. She must seek to reconvene with the Imperial forces.
What do you want to do? Should we get back to the search? Or maybe we'd be better off regrouping with the others first.
The latter. We weren't gone long, but I worry for our friend's safety.
I should probably get back to my people, too. I don't want them going gray over little old me. But I'll see you both over at Garreg Mach. Oh, and feel free to clobber the Imperial Army without us if you get there first.
Very well. We will see you there, Claude.
Lord Uncle.
Do not worry me so, Edelgard. Come, let us handle everything for you. It has served us all exceedingly well so far.
She just goes back to Talos? Okay.
Yes.
I guess when she came back here, she just went right back to being under their control. Whatever spell she's under, she just fell right back into it. I can't help but feel like that was shoehorned in, first of all, into the Chasm, and the Hour of Vengeance are kind of like shoehorned in, not well integrated, and I feel like they may have shit the bed with Claude, but that remains to be seen until we see his route, so I'll try and reserve judgment until we see that, but I can't help but feel like they shit the bed, so oh well, whatever. I'm going to call this chapter Into the Chasm of Lazy Writing. So, yeah. That's how I feel. All right, so in the next one, we're going to be going into chapter 17 and presumably the final chapter. Presumably. Guess we'll find out soon. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, 7th Son, Ivan K, Len, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, and Jordan and Emily Hill. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.